It is 6 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. It is the 28th of June, 2023, and I guess we'll go ahead and we'll open this up to the remarks of any visitors.
And we do not have any visitors today.
None. Okay. So we'll go ahead. I guess we'll open the public hearing. What are the words that I say?
Basically, just read through that item, and then at the end we'll timestamp
I can
it.
tell it's been a minute since I've done this. We're going to conduct a public hearing for the purpose of receiving the public comment and testimony regarding a zoning variance application submitted to the City of Navasota by Efren Duran Garcia for the property located on 1225 Nolan Street, Navasota, Grimes County, Texas 77868. The variance application requests a variance for the minimum of lot sizing requirements as prescribed in Article V, R-1A, high-density, single-dwelling unit, 7,000 square foot lot, residential district for the construction of 4 single-family homes. 2 of the 4 proposed lots have a lot depth less than 60 feet between building lines and less than 100 feet between front and rear building lines. The property affected is legally described as Camp IM Block 33, Lot 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, and we'll open a public hearing at 6:02. So I will briefly summarize the request. So let me pull it up on the screen here. So Mr. Garcia has submitted a replat application. Block 33 is actually 3 lots. The lots run north and south this direction. So there's already 3 lots here, with one being a triangle shape. The CAD just kind of puts everything together when it's the same owner. So he's requesting he submitted for a replat application. These lots are in R1A, where the minimum lot size is 7,000 square feet. What he's proposing, the 4 lots, basically taking 3 lots and platting 4. All 4 lots do meet that 7,000 square foot minimum. However, they don't meet the dimensions, right? Obviously, these 2 on the end are triangles, so it's really hard to say that there's an average of at least 100 foot in depth when they are triangles, right? So the variance is for the 60 foot minimum width. He achieves it at the street frontage here and here, but he doesn't achieve it at the rear because it's obviously a triangle. So it's just a really unique lot. Both of them are really. The outcome, with the help of our graduate engineer, he actually put in the building lines, how much buildable space is left after you apply the applicable setbacks, and he's left with about 2,000 square feet on each triangle lot. I just spoke with Mr. Duran, and he is here tonight if you'll have any questions. His intention is to, get the proposed home as close to this side setback line as possible, and basically just carve out whatever square or rectangle he can. And if he needs additional square footage, he's willing to make them 2-story, basically. But just from these rough measurements, he could probably do a minimum of 750 square foot home within that 2,000 buildable area. But obviously, he wants to build a little more than that, and potentially even 2-story. Overall, I think the existing lot is already a triangle here. Lot number 3, I believe. I think they run backwards. I think this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So the lots already are divided in such a way. So him trying to utilize and basically fit one more lot, which is down here at the bottom, is what he's trying to do. I think as far as infill, it helps, that lot. I know code enforcement has dealt with it historically with tall grass issues, and now that Mr. Duran bought it, he's going to develop it, and hopefully we'll get some nice homes and manicured lawns in there. But again, if y'all have any questions, Mr. Garcia is here, and I'll try to answer any questions as well. And just so y'all know, I did not receive any input from the 62 letters we sent out to adjacent property owners. I take that back. I did get one call. A gentleman asked, but he was under the impression that there was some property tax issues or something. I said, no sir, this is just a zoning variance. But outside of that, I didn't receive any public feedback regarding the notices.
I guess I have a question for Mr. Garcia.
Good afternoon. How are you today?
Hello.
A little nervous, I never.
Oh, don't
No,
be.
that one there.
I guess my question comes into the easements that are on the other side of the property, coming to the culverts and then also into the easement between your other properties. If we go ahead and we approve this, will these easements be sufficient in order to do what you're gonna be doing over there to build a house? Or do we have to look at another variance coming in later to where we're gonna have to look at going into those culverts and things like that?
Sí, ma.
Básicamente lo que está preguntando es con lo que está proponiendo, y obviamente las líneas de building setback le quitan bastante terreno, ¿verdad? Le quitan bastante terreno de lo que de lo que ya tiene. En el futuro no va a haber la necesidad de aplicar para otro variance que se quiera meter entre los building lines y setbacks.
No. No, I don't. See, I'm making right now, I'm never back for change nothing. Basically, I'm making the house exactly, I leave it the spots for the basement. I leave it the bag in the 27, and I'm never back for fixing something like that. See, I'm making today, I'm not back for making the new replan. So,
Okay.
So Lupe, if I understand it correctly, he's got 2,000 square feet that he can build within?
Correct.
Okay, and I've seen your other houses that you built on Nolan, and they're what, about 1,400 square feet?
yeah.
Is that what you're thinking about putting in there, or going smaller?
I think I have it 2,000 feet square, but I'm making, my plan is making the 13 and the feet square.
Okay.
And see, I don't have a space for the basement and everything. I try making 2 stories. So I'm making 700 or 800 the first floor, and the second floor another 700 or 800.
Okay.
I respect every time the seat backs, everything down, and the front back down.
I'm curious, and this may be a question for you. I know there's power lines that are really heavy in that property. How will that affect it, if any? Will they have to be removed, or is that something else that we have to get them involved with?
No, so I know that in older parts of town where we have overhead power, typically we don't require somebody to take those back underground, so all the homes would just be powered directly overhead. Let me pull up the street view there to see. There may be some guy wires he's gonna have to contend with for driveways and things, if there are a lot of poles. Yeah, I think that those are, you know, like those here, these are, I think they're telecommunications, cable. Usually it's only the power that run that high. Yeah, I think these are cable lines. So, I mean, there's gonna definitely have to be some coordination between cable and power and internet companies, which, you know, if those do need to be moved, obviously those are gonna be the expense of Mr. Garcia to get them relocated.
And where we're looking to do this variance, it's on Montgomery, correct, or Church? Because I'm seeing lines on both.
Basically both. I mean, the property is kind of like a triangle.
Right.
So, you know, it fronts both sides. The first triangle piece that you're looking at is right here. This is the one that we marked in red on your packet. And then the other one is only going to be along Nolan Street. I mean, it kind of changes because at this point it stops being Nolan and then it turns into Montgomery.
Right.
So it's kind of confusing. But yeah, it fronts both streets.
And there's like a dip there. You see? How does that affect it with it being so close to the street in the property?
Here?
Yeah, pull up a little bit. You'll see like there's like a, yeah, it like dips in. If you drive by, you'll see like the
Oh, basically the ditch that runs along
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I mean, that's, all that's probably gonna fall within the easement line and the setback line. So the homes are gonna be fairly recessed back, and he's gonna have to get, driveway, culverts all through here for at least these two lots. The ones on Church are pretty straightforward, because they're right along the road,
Right.
and there's no ditch on that side. But here, I think, yeah, he's gonna have to put some culverts in, and obviously that'll have to be reviewed by our staff to make sure that there's no standing water, at the end of it all.
Well, I'm always concerned about safety, so I talked to the fire chief, and he looked at it, and he didn't seem to think that there would be an issue. That's always one of my primary concerns.
So we're building 4 separate homes on this?
Mm-hmm. Yep, 1, 2 would be here facing Church, and then this would front, Nolan, and then this one would front Nolan too.
And that mailbox, it belongs to this lot that's on there?
Let's see. I think that's probably across the street, yeah.
So they would have to coordinate that.
Yeah, make sure they don't stick their driveway there.
And sorry, basically for when this ditch you see in the screen, this is not my property. The property line is a little more back in that one, so the ditch over there is in the city property. So my line property is more back. Maybe you see the mailbox, maybe 10 or 12 more feet in the back.
Yeah.
And for when there's a power for the electric post, is not my property too. I think when you see the post, my property line is in the back maybe 7 feet is in back. So this and the post is not my property, it's the city property. So I have it ready marked over there for application for tree plan, I'm marking the corners. And the line is in the back, the post is not my property, in the ditch, it's not my property too, so it's maybe 12 feet in the back. So, see, I'm making fence, when I'm building, I'm making fence, and the fence is not going in the ditch, it's have a room for ditch and for my fence.
Okay.
Basically, all my homes are covered on the back, the fence, and, private fence, everything. Because I'm making fence over there, is have a room for the ditch, making this, everything. In the front, the power is not my property, so.
You plan on selling or renting?
I'm sorry,
Do you plan on selling or renting?
I'll sell it.
Selling.
Yeah. Right now, I have it 2 in the market in Nolan. It's 1305 Nolan. Already finished. I put in the market last week. And the 1208 Nolan Street, I put in the market last week too. And right now, I'm building in 401 Lincoln. I'm building another one. And the future, I'm making more in Virginia West. So.
Gotcha.
So Lupe, we kind of talked about this. You tried to explain it to me the other day, but who, if you're building in a PUD, you've got design standards you have to follow. So in a situation like this, who oversees the design or whatever? Because I know the other houses, the front yard is primarily driveway.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, is any of that, is the city concerned about anything like that, or?
Yeah, so due to the legislature, they have kind of stripped us of a lot of our capabilities. So we don't have a lot of leverage. In a PUD you do, but just in this location about how they build it, what it looks like. So there's limited things we can do on that.
Okay. I mean, does the engineer get involved to make sure when the front yard is concrete that the drainage is, I mean, it's not going to cause an issue?
Correct, yeah, so we will have to, they're going to have to make sure that, impervious surface that they're adding to it's not creating anything downhill and of course, if you've been over there, you already know Montgomery, how it already, the ditches get full down through there. So they're gonna have to do whatever they can to mitigate that. And according to that photo that we just used, I mean, all that's gonna have to be, we're gonna have to go in and dig out the ditches down through there. And of course, put, the culverts in and everything. He's pulled up the map there, so you can see significant, to the south.
There's some floodplain down
Yeah,
there.
so that's where it all floods down. And so we just want to make sure that whatever is being built there doesn't move that orange line further to the north in Allen White, because Allen White already has some
Right.
issues back behind there.
Yeah, I think just looking at this photo, it looks like it was taken in February of '22. So I don't know if I know that our street department has been doing a lot of work cleaning out ditches and regrading them. So this one might be one of the ones that was already cleaned up. I didn't actually go out there and put the sign out myself. Eric helped me with that. So this may be one of those ditches where we need to go back and look at to make sure it's flowing properly while he's doing the construction, so it all looks good in the end.
Yeah, I looked at the property, I think it's 1305, no, 1205 Nolan, the blue house.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
the 1208 Nolan. Okay.
And
Over
and you've
there,
got a culvert under the driveway,
yeah, this have a
right?
cover.
But the ditch is kind of, I mean, to me, it looks like it needs to be cleaned out. You could hardly see the culvert.
Okay, you need some regrading.
Yeah, and this, when I started building this, the blue house, and the cities go making this for me, and the city told me what side I put the cover, and so these are making everything what it's telling me exactly. I follow everything what it's telling me.
What Lupe says, huh? Well, there'll be a big improvement over there.
Does anyone have any more questions? Okay. Do you go by Efren or Efrani?
In Ephraim.
Efren, okay.
Spanish Ephraim. But in
Yeah.
English to is Ephraim. So.
I gotcha. Do you have anything that you want to say?
No, this only, I said thank you for, in Navasota City, for giving me opportunity for working here, and I try keeping working more here, and I like it here, I try in future I'm moving here in Navasota too. I live in College Station now, but I like it here, and the city's easy, come down everybody. I think in the future I'm moving for Navasota, so right now I'm living in College Station, but I like it here, because I'm moving my business here. I try working here for a couple more years. I try buy more lands, and I like it working. That's it.
Gotcha.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and move to number 4.
Yeah, and we'll close the public hearing at 6:18.
Thank you. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll open this for consideration and possible action of order number 2-2023.
You have to second it, or you make a motion?
Oh, anyone want a motion?
A motion?
Second?
Motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you.
And you're going to second that? We need a third and a fourth. I'll third that.
Yeah, so Paul motioned, Nancy second, and then all in favor of that motion to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
All right, so we're approving a zoning variance application submitted to the city of Navasota by Efren Duran Garcia for the property located in 1225 Nolan Street, Navasota, Grimes County, Texas 77868. The variance application requests a variance from the minimum lot sizing requirements as prescribed in Article VR-1A, high-density single-dwelling unit, 7,000 square foot lot, residential district for the construction of 4 single-family homes. 2 out of the 4 proposed lots have a lot depth less than 60 feet between building lines and less than 100 feet between front and rear building lines. The property affecting is legally described as Camp IM, Block 33, Lot 1, 2, and 3.
All right.
All right, now we'll go ahead and do the consideration and possible action of approval on the February 2nd, 2023 meeting minutes as presented. All 4 of us have to agree with that as well?
Yep, yeah, just a motion, a second, and then a vote.
Who wants to motion that?
Motion to approve.
Do you have a second?
Guess I'll second again.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, other than that, we're adjourned. Thank you.
6:21.
Congratulations, Efren.